We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. I recently completed my 100 days of game dev challenge, and in this video, I'll share my experience. In case you are looking forward to take up this challenge yourself, I'll also share my learnings and also tips that might help you in your journey. On a quick note, I've added timestamps in this video, so at any point you feel bored or want to skip to the good part, check the description and navigate as you wish. Now, for those who don't know what 100 Days of Game Dev Challenge is, it is a challenge in which you have to code for minimum an hour every day for 100 days and share your progress online with hash 100 days of game dev hashtag. You can also post as text, screenshot, GIFs, or videos. Whatever medium you choose, it's totally your call. Inspiration. Around end of September, a post came in my feed that said, "It's last 100 days of year, and how would you like to spend those?" That rang my bell. I had a thought of 100 days of code challenge in back of my mind. So I thought to myself, why not? Games I worked on. Out of 100 days, I posted for 86 days. During that, I worked on two games. One was Battle Pong, which is a simple Pong with twist that you can get points by hitting behind the enemy pedal with balls or power-ups. And another one, Kaizoku Era, which I am currently working on, which is a single-player action adventure where players play as pirates and go from one randomly generated island to another to fight other ships, collect loot, and become powerful. Journey. I made 1 minute videos which I posted on Twitter, LinkedIn, on Instagram as Reels, and on YouTube as Shorts for my 100 Days of Game Dev Challenge. And I posted them almost daily. Initially, I made text dev shots. Then I used the Instagram app to make the text attractive. Later, I used text to speech, and finally, I showed up myself and made those videos. Along with normal devlogs, I also attempted to do some dead TikTok trends and also some skits. I borrowed some ideas from pop culture and filled my dev shots with memes. This way, every day, I not only made progress with my game dev skills, but also by increasing knowledge about video editing and social media. Other highlights: on day 8, when I was at brink of quitting, I got a shout out totally out of blue by Axel Cannon from Stupid Game Experiments. To me, that was such an exciting moment. Hi Axel, if you are watching this video, thanks man. Till late, it means a lot. And few of my YouTube shorts blew up on YouTube for no reason. I mean, not viral, but they got still better views than other. These days, I missed multiple times in which it includes at start, just a day before the shoutout, I had totally lost it and was on brink of giving it up. Then I missed a few days because of excess workload at my job. And finally, I missed almost a week because of Diwali celebrations. Benefits. Speaking of benefits, according to me, following are the benefits that I observed. First one, you'll be 100 hours or probably more better at game dev. Since this challenge is about game dev, the obvious one, you'll get better at game dev. Once the challenge is complete and you look back, given if you work for at least an hour every day, it will be probably more. You'll be at least 100 hours better game dev than before. Second, you'll get work done if you have been procrastinating. The reason this challenge has an aspect of posting progress online is so that one can develop consistency. Since by posting online, there you'll find people who will be responding to your progress. That will make you accountable to post and get through the challenge. And since this is matter of just an hour, you won't deny it to feedback. Posting your work online will expose your work to other people, to which they may say good things or bad. You can have an open mind and take that as feedback. Implement in your game and give your game a direction. Not only that, if you are stuck at a problem or face a dilemma whether what choice to make about the art, anime, or anything, you can simply ask and you might receive solutions that you wouldn't have otherwise. And you might get famous. Now, if you are curious about is there any effect on social media following? In my case, it was not that significant. During the entire challenge, I had increased around 10 Twitter followers, around 5 on Instagram, and around 15 subscribers on YouTube. So, in this aspect, don't keep your hopes high. But things might turn out better in your case. And there is only one way to find out. Tips, more like lessons learned. First, try not to miss 2 days in a row. Sometimes your school or work might be a lot and you might not be able to take out time even for an hour, and that might be your reason to take a day off from the challenge. But try not to let this happen 2 days in a row. As long as you don't skip 2 days in a row, you'll have enough motivation to continue until you have built the habit. And that's the core of 100 days of game dev. That is to develop a habit of making games. Second, plan your content in advance. Getting up every day and thinking something creative is hard, but you can make it easier by planning stuff in advance. Like by having a list of features you want in your game. If you write down as you get the ideas, you can capture them, work on them later. Otherwise, you might just forget. Speaking of planning, there might be certain social events like special days, festivals, which might fall in the tenure of your 100 days of game time. So why not incorporate those, like Halloween or summer or anything around the corner? Implement those temporary in your game and join the bandwagon everyone is excited about. This will also spice up your daily develops. Third, it is okay to rest. If you want, you can take rests like Sunday holidays, or there are series of holidays and skip count for those days. After all, this challenge is not an endurance test. It is about developing a habit to show up and work on your games consistently. 4. No matter how small your progress is, post it. Initially, you might not have much to show in your game, or it might not be that presentable. But fret not, we all have been there. Because no matter how small your progress is, it's always a little bit more than what it was before. So post it. 5. Make every post a little bit better than the last. Posting daily does not have to be a same mundane chore, because eventually, after a few days, it does feel like. So spice things up by making every post in a way different than the previous. 6. Reward yourself daily. Remember to reward yourself daily, at least for a few days. It may not be super huge, but by simply watching an extra episode, a small treat, or simple pat on the back. By rewarding yourself in the moment, your brain elicits positive emotions, leading to the realization that your efforts result in a positive reward. By doing this continuously, your brain will start to link pleasure to accomplishing the task or objective and move towards it in the future. At this point of video, we take a moment and thank our sponsor. That is you. Yes, you. I am about to complete 200 subscribers here on YouTube, and you may be one of them who has been liking my videos, posting comments, or interacting with me on my other social networks, and also motivating me to create these videos. I want to take a moment and thank you. Now, back to the video. Solution to the challenges. Lessons learned part 2. Now you might face few challenges. Like number 1, don't feel like doing anything. Let's be real, there are rainy days. It doesn't feel like it. No matter what you do to motivate yourself, stuff doesn't work or you feel burnout and you might have to take a day off. Or the case might be different and you may be just lazy or finding a reason to procrastinate. In any case, set a reminder for 10 minutes and say to yourself, I'll work for just 10 minutes today. After the alarm rings, and if I still feel tired, I'll take a day off. And oftentimes, once you cross the initial mental barrier and you are in the momentum to work, you are more likely to complete the day's post target. But if that doesn't happen, you might need the rest. Second, giving up. Sometimes it might be holidays, exams, workload, or illness. You might have missed a few days and you feel like crawling back and giving up. Don't let that happen. Just be shameless and start from where you left off. 100 days of game dev is a marathon and not a sprint. There might be times you have slowed down just to get faster later on. Number 3, out of ideas. This happened to me a lot when I used to open up my project and I was blank. I just had no clue on what I should do on that day. If this happens to you, you can try following ways. You can just play your game and see what you can improve, or are there any bugs. You may have someone else to play the game and they can tell on what you can improve. Third, you can look up other games in the same genre and implement features that you haven't already. Or, as shared in earlier tip, you can look for certain social events like special days, festivals, which are in a few days to come, so that you can incorporate those features. Fourth challenge, not complete. At times, it might happen you are looking forward for a feature to be showcased in that day's post, but pesky bugs come up and show no sign of leaving. Don't worry about that and post anyways. Often these glitches make for funny content that might get you viral. Or, on a serious note, some veteran might be able to provide you with a solution in minutes for which you might have spent hours. 5. People not responding to your post. Posting online might come with three outcomes. 1. That is, people respond positively, they praise for your work, and you sleep happily that night. Second might be people respond negatively. You might get criticized. You can take that as feedback, see what can be done, and you will sleep late that night because you were fixing those problems. And third might be you get nothing. No one responds, or because algorithm gods are messed up that day and your post is somewhere in the bottom of people's feeds. You might not sleep that night. There is a simple thing you can keep in mind, that you are doing this challenge for yourself and not for anyone else. It is you who will get better at game dev, who will be consistent at work and overcome procrastination. Final thoughts. If you haven't already tried this, do take up this challenge. It's definitely something you'll cherish even when you look back 5 years from now. I would want to thank to everyone who had been through my 100 days of game dev challenge. If you want information on this, we have Axel from Stupid Game Experiments, who has also completed this challenge recently, and he has also made a video about it, which you can watch by clicking one of the boxes. To watch my videos in this challenge, you can click the other box, and I'll see you in the next one.